welcome to Toronto as we play day baseball on this Canada Day. It is also Game 3 of a 4-game series between the Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, as always, joined by Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, the Red Sox have won 4 of the last 5 games, while the rest of the American League East has been losing. Red Sox right back in it now, 6 games back, and a great day to have back Hanley Ramirez.
It certainly is. You know, Hanley got hurt in a freak accident in Boston, a line drive by Xander Bogaerts, while Hanley was off at second base, and it hit him right in the wrist. And he's very, very fortunate he didn't break a bone in the hand or the wrist on that line drive, because it was really hit hard by Bogaerts. So he's been off since then, but it's great to have that bat back, because you can see that he leads the Red Sox in home runs and RBIs. 15 home runs, 38 RBIs on the season for Hanley. Now, De Aza has been playing great baseball in place of Ramirez in left field. De Aza is not out of the lineup. They have moved him from left to right, with Hanley going back to left field.
Rick Porcello trying to get back on track today. He's lost his last 6 decisions and has not won since May the 16th. It's the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. All kinds of festivities taking place on this Canada Day. Come back and join us for the first pitch right after this. Three today. Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Toyota's website for deals via Toyota.com. Digital Federal Credit Union, see what DCU can save you. The Scion TC. And by Southwest Airlines, book your low fare now at Southwest.com. Welcome back to the Rogers Center. They're expecting a sellout here today on Canada Day. Before we get things started, let's send it down to Garen Austin. Garen?
Thanks, Don. Dustin Pedroia went on the 15-day DL on June 25th. Manager John Farrell said he is improving, and they expect him to take BP while they're here in Toronto.
He's making good progress. We're hopefully he's going to take BP on the field tomorrow during early BP. He started to move around a little bit more with each passing day, and some of the, that discoloration and swelling after the injury to the hamstring is starting to move out of there. So he's making solid progress. But as we get closer to that end of the 15 days, that's going to kind of bring us right up to before the Yankees series, and that's an important one. But we all know Petey's going to be on the field as soon as he's ready, and we'll determine that as the 15 days gets nearer.
Pedroia is still on the DL for the Red Sox today. The Red Sox get back Hanley Ramirez, and we'll be back with more as we step aside here from Toronto. Tom Karen will be with you on the other side. Center for day baseball between the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. Well, Canada Day, as I told you, the 148th, as back on July 1st, 1867, British North America Act created Canada. 1879 federal law makes July 1st the anniversary of Confederation, later called Dominion Day, and then October 27th of 1982, Dominion Day changed to Canada Day. Give you some Canada facts today, Jerry, on this Canada Day.
Yeah, some real nice ceremonies here, too, prior to the ball game today, as both teams were on the lines, the Red Sox and the Blue Jays, and, of course, the U.S. national anthem, the Canadian national anthem. Very, very nice ceremony prior to the game.
Well, all of a sudden, the Red Sox starting to roll here, and for the first time this year, trying to win their 4th straight game. Blue Jays take the field, and as they do, let's check out the Red Sox starting 9, brought to you by your Eastern Hyundai dealers. Mookie Betts leads it off in center field with Xander Bogaerts at shortstop batting second. David Ortiz, the DH, third, with Hanley Ramirez back in the lineup today for Boston. Hanley's in left field. Pablo Sandoval at third base. Mike Napoli at first base, bats sixth, with Alejandro De Aza staying in the lineup but moving from left to right. Devin Marrero is at second base. Brock Holt has the beginning of the game off, and Sandy Leon does the catching and bats ninth. Blue Jays starting pitcher presented by New England Nissan dealers. Mark Burley on the mound for his 16th start of the year, 8-4 with a 3.81 earned run average, just shy of 100 innings at 99 1/3 so far, 50 strikeouts and 20 walks, and the left-hander at 270, his opponent batting average coming in. And a victory last time out against the Texas Rangers, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. That was here at the Rogers Center.
The Blue Jays defense is brought to you by DraftKings, and they are 6th in the American League with 42 errors in 79 games. Josh Donaldson will be at third base. Jose Reyes, the shortstop. Ryan Goins at second, and Justin Smoke, the first baseman. Left to right, Ezequiel Carrera, Kevin Pillar, and Jose Bautista, and Russell Martin doing the catching for Burley.
Well, today's umpires are brought to you by Buick. Experience a new Buick lineup during this year's Sign and Drive. See your local Buick dealer today. Phil Cousins got the plate with Jerry Davis, the crew chief, at first. Tony Randazzo at second, and Will Little, the umpire, at third. We're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. SAP is presented by Diplomatico Rum. Enjoy the game.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
Mark Burley ready to work as Mookie Betts takes strike one, and we are underway. Red Sox winning the first 2 games of this series as Betts fouls it off quickly down 0-2. So it's a 273 average coming in with 8 homers and 34 runs batted in.
Burley's certainly not an overpowering pitcher. Sometimes it's tough to tell the difference between his fastball and his changeup.
Line to center and right out. Pillar for the first out. Hot shot, but right at the center fielder. Well, the roof is open. We have some weather conditions to share with you on this Canada Day with the roof open. 20 degrees Celsius, whatever that is. Out to left at 24 miles per hour, I think. No, that's Cam H. And mostly cloudy.
So there's weather.
There's some weather. That is in there for a strike. Our Canadian crew up here in the booth, not impressed with my skills. Xander Bogaerts will ground this foul towards the end of the Jays dugout on down the line.
And Burley in his career 10-10 against Red Sox teams, but has won 4 of his last 5 starts against the Red Sox dating back to 2013 with a 1.69 ERA.
Swing and a miss. Bogaerts strikes out. First strikeout of the day for Burley. 2 down.
That's the changeup right there from Burley. You can see it working down and away from Xander Bogaerts. Turns it over a little bit, and the ball's certainly not in the strike zone, but Bogaerts chases it. And Burley, one of the quickest workers in all of baseball.
2 down. David Ortiz standing in. 228 average for David. Got his 13th home run of the year here last night. 36 runs batted in. Oh, swing and a miss. David facing the lefty today, something that Red Sox have not been doing, but against Burley because he's got good numbers against Burley.
Yeah, 316 with 4 career home runs.
The 0-1. Lined and by the dive of Donaldson, the third baseman, in the shift into center. And David continues to hit Burley well, a 2-out base hit. So a 2-out single. Today's Cold Hard Facts brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Fastest pitchers in baseball based on seconds in between pitches. Mark Burley, #1 at 15.9. Our own Wade Miley is second at 16.8, and R.A. Dickey at 17.9.
How about a Burley-Miley matchup? That would be something, wouldn't it?
It would. Back in the day, Roy Halladay, when he was here with the Blue Jays, worked quickly, and those two matched up a few times. And some very quick games as the return today of Hanley Ramirez. Already kind of flexing out that hand after that last swing. It is the left hand that is a problem. That was one that was struck on the line drive off the bat of Xander Bogaerts, and John Farrell said before the game today, still experiencing some pain in there, but good enough to go. And really the check of the MRI when he went back to Boston was to make him feel better really about the situation and feel that he's not going to hurt himself any worse.
I agree. It was a double check for Hanley because he was not feeling well down in Tampa Bay, and I think they felt better sending him back to convince him that there was no broken bones.
Now 1-2 now. Five-game hitting streak for the injury last Wednesday. So it has been a week that Hanley has been out. As him jumping back. The crowd today expecting a sellout here at the Rogers Center on this Canada Day. On the ground, back to Burley. Flips to first, inning over. Red Sox don't score at the top of the first. Jays are coming up. Without a score as the Jays come to bat here against the Red Sox starting pitcher Rick Porcello. Brought to you by your local New England Audi dealers. 16th start, 4-8 coming in. As Jose Reyes leads it off and takes ball one. Porcello with a 5.54 earned run average. He has lost his last 6 decisions. Friday a no decision against Tampa Bay. 6 innings, 3 runs. Here's a liner to right. And base hit for Reyes to get this bottom of the first inning started for Toronto. Let's check out the Blue Jays lineup. It's brought to you by New England Chevy Dealers. Just saw Jose Reyes. He's the shortstop. Josh Donaldson back at third base after DH last night. Jose Bautista's in right. Edwin Encarnacion the DH with Russell Martin the catcher. Justin Smoke getting his start at first with Kevin Pillar in center. Ezequiel Carrera is in left, and Ryan Goins at second base bats ninth. So Reyes always a threat to take off. Gains his lead at first base. There's Josh Donaldson, the leading vote getter right now in the American League. Drops it down, and Porcello will bobble. Everybody's safe.
Now the Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They are 8th in the league with 45 errors in 79 games. Pablo Sandoval at third base, and Bogarts the shortstop. Devin Marrero at second base. Mike Napoli, the first baseman. Left to right, Hanley Ramirez, Mookie Betts, and Alejandro De Aza. And Sandy Leon doing the catching for Porcello. Josh Donaldson had never had a hit in his career. He was 0 for 11 against Porcello. So what does he do? He tries to bunt. And Porcello going with the bare hand, unable to handle it. So very quickly, first and second with nobody out.
That is a base hit, so 2 on, both by way of a hit, and now Bautista stands in. He will take a pitch outside for ball one. 2:36 to start the day for Bautista. 15 homers, 50 runs batted in. 0 for his last 24 at the plate.
That's the pitch that Porcello's going to need against this lineup. That sinking fastball. Try to keep this ball on the ground and not in the air. They are third in the league in home runs. Pretty good sinker right there, but not getting the call.
Bluffs off the backside as Reyes returns to the bag at second. Strike one. That's at the bottom of the zone.
And you can see Bautista shaking his head. He did not agree with that call from Cuzzy, the home plate umpire. But it did look like it picked up the bottom of the strike zone, and that's the kind of sinker Porcello needs.
Trying to induce a double play here. 2 on, nobody out. Ball's behind, 3-1. Off the backside of the mound right now. Take a little stroll as Bautista with runners in scoring position, hitting at 306. Edwin Encarnacion waiting on deck here. Jays trying to jump out early after dropping the first 2 games of this series. Tried to hold up, changed his mind in the middle, and it's a full count now.
Looked like the slider that time for Porcello. A little bit of a surprise, I think, for Bautista, who was expecting a fastball, didn't get it. Got the breaking ball off the outside part of the plate and certainly could not hold up.
Strike 3 call. Good pitch. Breaking ball in the outside corner, and striking out looking is Bautista.
Well, that's a great way to bounce back. You fall behind 3-1. You drop a slider followed by a curveball. And there's that curveball just barely picking up the outside corner. So a big strikeout for Porcello.
1 down here in the first inning. And it brings up Edwin Encarnacion. With Reyes at second base, Donaldson at first base. 1 down here in the inning. Encarnacion played defensively at first base last night. He is the designated hitter today, where he does most of his work in this Jays lineup. In the dirt, blocked by Leon, and the runners will advance. Knocked it down, but then it trickled away from him behind him.
Breaking ball again in the dirt, and he tries to backhand that. He cannot glove it. Once it gets by him, two men easily get into scoring position.
Wild pitch charge to Porcello, with Reyes taking third, Donaldson taking second.
I think at first Leon thought that ball was in front of him, but it was not. It was behind him, and by that time two guys move up. This stage of the game, the Red Sox infield back, with the exception of Napoli, who's halfway between first and second and very close. So a ground ball to him could hold Reyes.
Outside for ball 3.
Encarnacion with a .389 career average against Porcello. I wouldn't be surprised he's got the green light.
He does, and swings and misses.
And Porcello knew that too, and he goes to a cut fastball that time. Nothing straight for Encarnacion on the 3-0 count.
In the air to deep left field. Hanley Ramirez back at the wall. It's gone. 3-run shot for Edwin Encarnacion, and the Blue Jays jump out to a 3-0 lead. Another home run allowed by Rick Porcello. It's been a nemesis for him all year.
It looks to me like he gets a changeup right there. It is a changeup for Porcello that stays well up in the zone and in. And that's a ball that Encarnacion is absolutely going to crush.
Now Russell Martin fouling this one off. Phil Cuzzy, the home plate umpire. .14 home runs now allowed by Porcello on the season. Martin at .265, 11 homers, 37 runs batted in. He is Canadian. And he'll take a pitch inside. Big swing and a miss. For Encarnacion, his 18th career home run against the Red Sox. Second one that he has hit this season. Just outside. Russell Martin, born in East York, Ontario, resides in Chelsea, Quebec during the offseason. And now a member of the Blue Jays for the first time in his career, and playing here in Canada Day. His team already on top 3-0 against Rick Porcello. Curveball slipped out of his hand and hits Martin in the back. No intent whatsoever there.
No, Martin knows that. He knows it was a breaking ball that just didn't break. Slipped out of the hand of Porcello, and things not going well at all here in the first inning. Here he tries to snap it off, and right off the shoulder of Russell Martin.
Seventh batter that he has hit this season. Carl Willis, the pitching coach, trying to calm him down here in the first inning with still only one out. We'll join the Red Sox on Friday for a special Independence Day celebration pyrotechnic show following the game against the Astros. Make sure to stick around for the pyrotechnic show. For all ticketed fans, visit redsox.com for tickets today. This event is weather and time permitting. Justin Smoke getting the start today at first base. He'll take the breaking ball. That one snapped off for strike one.
Red Sox in the shift on the right side. Sandoval playing between Marrero and Napoli.
In the air to deep right. Launched by Justin Smoke, and in a blink of an eye, it's 5-0 Jays.
Justin Smoke gets a start today because he's had success against Porcello. This is going to be his second career home run against him. And the Blue Jays bats have been quiet. Quiet no longer.
This is the 6th time this season that Porcello has allowed at least 2 home runs in an outing. Now Kevin Pillar. Red Sox have action in their pen. Didn't go, says Jerry Davis, first base umpire. That action is Robbie Ross, first up for the Red Sox here with 1 out in the first inning. Yank that down and away. 25 pitches for Porcello so far here in the first, but moreover ineffective right now. To left. That'll one off the wall. Ramirez get it back in. He'll throw to third. It's a double for Pillar.
Hanging breaking ball, hanging curveball that time for Porcello, and right down that left field line. So the confidence for Rick Porcello has to be really right now at an all-time low. That ball right in the middle of the strike zone, as a lot of the pitches have been here in the first inning.
Rick Porcello's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. Third of an inning, 5 hits, 5 runs, no walks, and a K. Ezequiel Carrera, the batter. Pickup play at second, and it's safe. Just getting back is Pillar. That was close.
Now, well executed by Bogaerts and Porcello, trying to get it out any way they possibly can in this inning. Red Sox might take a look at it. Is that walking lead by Pillar. He's at good speed. The tag was on the shoulder, was the hand on the bag.
John Farrell does want to challenge it.
Well, we've got a lot of first inning challenges, haven't we?
A lot of early challenges. And it's come back to bite John Farrell a few times too. Later in the game, needing that challenge and not having it in some instances. You get him on the helmet of the shoulder.
I thought the shoulder.
He gets him on the helmet there, he's out.
From that angle, I thought he got him on the shoulder, and the hand just barely getting back in the bag. We'll take another look from another angle.
I think in both angles he's out.
It does appear that way. Let's see what the umpires have to say.
He is out. So picked off at second base is Kevin Pillar. Red Sox continue to have their challenge as it is overturned. 1-6 on the pickoff at second base for the second out of the inning. Now Carrera lines this to center. Betts will get there to make the catch. A 5-run first inning for the Blue Jays. Gently used professional clothing at any Men's Warehouse location. You help unemployed men and women look their best as they re-enter the workforce. Learn more at nationalsuitdrive.com. A 5-0 start here today for the Blue Jays as the Jays 2 home runs as part of their first inning attack. Rick Porcello having to throw 27 first inning pitches as Burley takes the hill now with his 5-0 advantage in the second inning. Dealing with Pablo Sandoval, Mike Napoli, and Alejandro De Aza. There's strike one to Sandoval. 267, 7 homers, 26 runs batted in to start the day. Sandoval 0 for 7 in the series against Toronto so far. And 3 for 18 on the road trip. Out of the hands of Sandoval. Ball foul off to the left. Bat ended up in the Red Sox dugout. Sprays it foul to the left, out of play. On deck, Mike Napoli. Then we'll see Alejandro De Aza. Early over his last 10 starts, opponents have hit at just .216. During the last 10, a 5-2 record, 2.65 ERA. He's got lots of support too. Third in majors, 7.25 runs per game, and here today he's got 5 right out of the gate.
Yeah, he's the run guy, huh?
Yes, he is. He's the one guy in the rotation that gets all kinds of run support.
5 in the first today.
Popped up foul, backing out of play. He's incredibly durable over the course of his career. He's now made 477 consecutive starts without a DL stint.
Sandoval putting on a pretty good battle. 9 pitches in this at bat.
On the 10th pitch, Sandoval strikes out. Second strikeout for Burley, one down here in the second inning.
You see the fastball registering only 86 miles an hour. But after a couple of off-speed pitches, at 86, it's like Sandoval was looking for something off-speed, did not get it, got a fastball, and just takes it right down the middle of the plate.
One out here in the inning. Mike Napoli standing in. .202, 10 homers, 30 runs batted in. Up the middle, but waiting on it is Goins at second base. Throws out Napoli, who's positioned perfectly at second. 2 down. It's time now for today's Twisted But True Fact. Entering today, Mark Burley's career ERA in 501 games, 3.81. Burley's season ERA, 3.81 this year in 15 games. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea is the real hard iced tea that tastes like real iced tea. Be a little twisted. 2 down in the second inning for Alejandro De Aza. Main's in the lineup, even though Hanley Ramirez is back. They shifted from left field to right field, and Jackie Bradley Jr. on the bench today after he homered in last night's game. But the contributions of De Aza have been pretty good.
Big slow curveball at 71 that time from Burley. Brock Holt also out of the lineup today. Just a day off for him.
So the numbers in the last 6 games for De Aza. Not getting a day off. He had started every game in the absence of Dustin Pedroia at second base, but today it is Devin Marrero. As De Aza pulls out of the way. Did he go? No. As they check with Will Little, the third base umpire. The gap out in right center field with Pilar over in left center. On De Aza. Strike 3. Third strikeout for Burley. Down in order. The Sox in the second with the Blue Jays on top 5-0. $200 guarantee. Right now, Ace Ticket has special savings on all Red Sox games, including the Yankees. Visit Ace Ticket or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. Red Sox fans not enjoying the beginning of this game as the Blue Jays have a 5-0 lead. Home runs for Edwin Encarnacion and that guy, Justin Smoke. All off Rick Porcello. Back out there for the second inning. Ryan Goins, second baseman, at .220. 2 homers and 23 runs batted in. Are you looking for ways to entertain employees or clients? Take them out for a night at Fenway Park to watch your beloved Red Sox. Visit redsox.com/groups for more information. Swing and a miss. That one by him. Fastball at 91. Sliced foul off to the left. Goins staying alive.
We've seen Goins play at second base. We've seen him in the outfield. Had a really good series against the Red Sox back in Boston.
Curveball a little high. Yeah, back on the 14th of June at Fenway Park. It is second home run of the season. And a career high 5 RBIs in that game. Finished the 3-game series against the Red Sox with 9 RBIs. Rolls it over, foul. 10 of his 23 RBIs on the season have come against the Red Sox.
That's why he's gotten a couple of starts in this series so far against Boston.
So Reyes waiting on deck. Swing and a miss, and Goins strikes out. Second K for Porcello. Did you miss the series that changed the lives of some lucky student filmmakers? Catch a marathon of Nesson Next Producer this Saturday at 5:30. One out in the second inning for Jose Reyes. Single to right in the first inning. Came around to score. Red Sox and Blue Jays continuing their 19-game season series. There's a liner towards left center. That'll get in. Over his Betts quickly to gather it, but Reyes 2 for 2 in the ball game.
Reyes was struggling a little bit coming into this series, but remember last time from the right side he had a home run, and now 2 for 2 here early in this ball game. Mookie Betts tracking it down, holding Reyes to the single, but of course he always is a threat to run. 10 steals on the season.
It's a weird day sun-wise. Sunglasses on, sunglasses off. Keeps going in and out of the clouds as Betts tries to figure out what he's going to do out there sunglass-wise. And here is Josh Donaldson. He'll take a pitch outside. Donaldson with a bunt single in the first inning. Napoli holding on. Reyes at first base. Out of 11 for Jose Reyes. Blue Jays likely to keep the pressure on here after a 5-run first inning. On a strike now to Donaldson. His ranks here at the Rogers Center, his new home. He is first in extra base hits, first in total bases, tied for second in home runs. Likes it at the Rogers Center so far. Fouled off to the right, out of play. Follow the Red Sox all season with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or your tablet today. Goins struck out to begin the inning. Reyes with a single to center. Now Donaldson down on the count, 1-2. Good size lead for Reyes at first. And another foul off the bat of Donaldson.
Porcello picking that outside corner with that 2-seam fastball, and Donaldson does a very good job fouling it off. Not a bad pitch by Porcello, maybe a little bit higher than he would like, but fouled off by Donaldson.
Gets it by Donaldson. Strikes him out. Third strikeout for Porcello, the second of the inning.
Porcello going to the fastball right there and throwing it by him at 93 miles an hour. Not much sink on that pitch. More of a four-seamer that he throws by Donaldson.
2 down for Jose Bautista. 0 for his last 25 at the plate now, and average down to 235. Struck out looking in the first to left with this. Ramirez going back, and that will right out of here too. Jose Bautista joins the home run parade here in Toronto. Their third of the game, a 2-run shot, and it's 7-0 Blue Jays. Right now, Rick Porcello is not a mystery.
Well, we talked early in the game how that sinker has to be effective to keep these guys on the ground. Well, that has not been the case at all this afternoon. Tries to sink that, but it stays up in the zone, middle of the plate, and Bautista, who has been really struggling with the home run.
Encarnacion takes a rip and fouls it off. And shifting on him on the left side. 16 home runs now for Bautista. 16 allowed by Porcello. First time he's given up 3 in a game. Encarnacion has one of the 3 home runs today for the Jays. His 3-run shot, part of a 5-run first inning. Up the middle, and Marrero, the second baseman in the shift, throws out Encarnacion to end the inning. Jays get 2 more on the 2-run shot by Bautista. 7-0 Toronto. Seven 7-0 Blue Jays have the lead. Burley back on the hill again, and then Marrero getting the start today, second for the Red Sox, as Marrero will take the strike. 0 for 3 so far. Second start for Boston, and he'll foul it down the right field line out of play. It is Major League debut on Sunday at Tampa Bay, after Mike Napoli had been ejected in the second inning of that game. Was called up from Pawtucket on Thursday. .256 career average in 4 minor league seasons. First round draft choice formerly of the Red Sox, as he'll take a pitch and just misses. 24th overall, 2012. Devin Marrero entered the season as the Red Sox 9th prospect, as this is to center and Pilar. First out here of the 3rd inning. He has played some very good defense out there and went from right center to left center to make that catch. Calling all Bruins fans, tune in to Bruins Summer Face-Off Live tonight after Red Sox coverage. Andy Brinkley and Billy Jaffe will have live coverage of the opening to the NHL free agency. Bruins Summer Face-Off Live is presented by your local New England Nissan dealers. One out in the 3rd, 5 in a row, retired by Burley. Eddie Leon, the catcher. Hitting at 152, no homers, 3 runs batted in.
See the fastball at 86, change up at about 80. Throws the breaking ball. Just locates.
It'll pop up down the first base line, and Smoke's not going to get there. It'll land harmlessly and jump up into the seats. DraftKings.com is paying out over $300 million this baseball season. DraftKings has given out $34 million to Boston residents alone since the site launched. Get your free entry into one-day fantasy baseball today using promo code NESSON. Leon strikes out looking. That's 4 strikeouts for Burley. 2 down.
And 3 of the 4 strikeouts have come on that fastball. That's about 86 miles an hour. The first one of Bogarts was a change. The next 3 fastballs. That ball had an awful lot of the plate to Sandy Leon.
2 down, 6 in a row. Retired by Burley. Back up top now for Mookie Betts. Second time through here for the left-hander Burley. Mookie lined out to his counterpart in center field, Kevin Pilar. Strike 2.
Big over-the-top curveball that time from Burley.
Well, still warming in the pen. He may be coming in here for the 3rd inning. 1-2 pitch. Just outside. To left field, and Carrera dives forward to make the catch. Nice diving grab by Carrera in left. 2.5 done, 7-0 Toronto. They're doing it all right now. Farrell making the change as Rick Porcello's day is over. And Robbie Ross into the game here for Boston. His 21st appearance. A record of 4.44 earned run average, 17 strikeouts, 10 walks. Opponents hitting at 290 against him. Red Sox into the pen here in the third inning. And longest Ross has thrown in any game is 3 innings pitched. And 41 pitches. See how long he goes as Russell Martin leads it off here in the bottom of the third for the Jays.
I think the Red Sox would be very happy to get that kind of performance out of him today. 3 innings.
Strike makes it 2-1. Russ through the final 2 innings of Thursday's game and at home against Baltimore, so his first appearance of the road trip. Shuttled between Boston and Pawtucket this year. This is stint number 5 with the Red Sox. Cleans this out, but it'll be a foul ball.
A rocket down that left field line, and the glove.
All kinds of gloves down there.
Yeah, a lot of gloves down in that front row.
Martin straightens it out, and now it's foul ball again. Same spot. Not ahead of these Robbie Ross Jr. pitches. On the ground this time to Bogaerts, gets the high hop. Throws out Martin for the first out of the third inning. One away for Justin Smoak coming up. Smoak with a home run in the first inning. 2-run shot, one of the 3 home runs Blue Jays have. Speaking of home runs, wow. There have been some majestic shots hit today by the Blue Jays. Second home run of the day for Justin Smoak. It is now 8-0 Toronto. Their 4th home run of the day.
And I have to believe that that was the longest one so far this afternoon. That ball was absolutely smoked by Smoak. I mean, this is very close to going in that third deck.
Hitting his 6th and 7th home runs of the year today. We go back to 2012 for the last multi-home run performance.
One more look at it. It's a fastball. It's middle in, and Smoak just missed that third deck.
Liner to left. Hanley makes the catch. That one almost got away from him. 2 down.
Hanley hasn't had a chance out there in left field in quite some time, and that was a rocket by Pilar. Rivera's able to handle it on the line.
2 down here in the third inning for Ezequiel Carrera. Lined out to center field in the first inning. Smoak, the 6th Blue Jay to hit from both sides of the plate. Home runs in the same game in their history.
As Hanley battling that line drive going to his left out there in left field.
Zips that outside for ball 2. And Goins waiting on deck. 2 down, bases empty. And the pitch had just missed outside, and that is ball 4. Correa down to first base. Red Sox suites and premium packages provide a VIP experience for you and your guests. Call 877 Red Sox 9 or email premium sales at redsox.com for more information. 2 down, Carrera at first base, and Ryan Goins, number 9 man, standing in. Struck out swinging. It's against Rick Porcello. This one fouled off and gets Cuzzy again. He's been hit a couple times already today. Home plate umpire.
Knocked everything off. Hat, mask. Getting things tightened up.
So far, Ryan Goins, the only member of the Jays of the starting 9 to have not reached base. Liner to center. Betts will make the catch before it hits the turf. Nice grab. That'll end the inning. Smoke with a home run adds to the Blue Jays lead. They lead at 8-0. Eight to nothing. Blue Jays have the lead as we head here to the top half of the 4th inning, and it is Xander Bogaerts, David Ortiz, Hanley Ramirez to face Mark Burley. To center field, Kevin Pillar is going to dive and not make the catch. Comes out. Heading to second is Bogaerts. He will get there. Good bid out there by Pillar, but can't come up with a catch. By putting people and communities first, Eastern Bank helps make good things happen. Watch how good things are happening to local people at easternbank.com/goodthingshappen. Pillar with a nice try out there in center, but comes out of the glove. Bogarts at second base, and David Ortiz, the batter, as the Blue Jays go into the shift on the right side. Drop in there for strike one.
A nice effort by Pilar out in center field. We see Mookie Betts with great speed. Pilar has great speed out there. Dives, goes to the backhand, but just off the thumb of the glove.
A double by Bogarts, the second hit of the day for Boston. The first belongs to David Ortiz, who had a 2-out single to center field in the first inning off Burley. Fouled at the plate. And a piece of Russell Martin. 2-2. Look at the hit direction for David Ortiz this season.
Gets into that shift an awful lot, 43% of the time. A lot of that 20% is at Fenway Park, going to the opposite field off the wall.
Swing and a miss. Burley gets him this time. 5 strikeouts for Burley, 1 down.
Changeup that time. He got Bogarts on a changeup in the first. Now he gets Ortiz on a changeup in the fourth. The other 3 on fastballs. A changeup that stayed inside too. That's not where Burley wanted it. But still no contact by Big Poppy.
1 down, runner at second, and Hanley Ramirez coming up. He's returned to the Red Sox lineup today. Headed back to the mound in the first inning. Now it's over towards shortstop. Reyes throws out Ramirez. Bogarts takes third. 2 outs in the inning.
A lot of spin on that ground ball out to Reyes that time. But he's able to handle it and throw Ramirez out at first base. And Hanley kind of got jammed on that. You see that ball spinning in the opposite direction of where Reyes is going.
Down here in the 4th inning, Pablo Sandoval. Broken bat grounder towards Goins at second base. That will end the top of the 4th inning. Red Sox lead Bogarts at third. The trail 8-0. Last of the fourth inning, and a breaking ball from Robbie Ross Jr. that's in there for strike one to the top of the Blue Jays order. Jose Reyes, Josh Donaldson, Jose Bautista here in the fourth inning. Reyes already with his third AB of the day. Single to right in the first, scored. Single to center in the second, scored. Now a liner down the right field line, foul.
Last night they switched around Reyes to the right side because he was hitting 190 from the right side, but he hit a home run, his first home run, hitting right-handed this season.
On the ground to short, Xander Bogaerts coming in. One out in the fourth inning. At Eastern Bank, innovation doesn't just mean making life simpler. It means finding new technology that puts your needs first. See what's new at easternbank.com. Eastern Bank, your first. Robbie Ross Jr. in since the third inning, has the first out here of the fourth. Donaldson towards Bogaerts, high hop. Two down. For every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will make a donation to Children's Hospital towards a $25,000 commitment once again this season. CVS Pharmacy, the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. Two outs here in the fourth for Jose Bautista. Snapped an 0 for 25 skid with a home run in the second inning. His 16th home run of the year, a two-run shot for Bautista. 1 of 3 given up by Porcello today. Now a pop-up, mile-high, foul ground. Leon will not have a play. Runs, 8 hits, no errors for Toronto. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Boston. Line foul. The Blue Jays entered the game leading the majors in runs, 424. 59 more than the next best team in the Yankees. They're adding to it today with 8 more so far. To left center, struck well. Betts going back, and Mookie can't catch it. He goes down hard as to second base goes Bautista. A 2-out double, his second hit of the day. That was a rope.
Yeah, Bautista may be getting things turned around. You mentioned that 0 for 24 coming into the game, a strikeout his first at bat, but then the home run and now this hard hit double. Nice effort by Mookie Betts in center field. It looks like it was right off the top of his glove as he goes into the leap. He almost made a great play on that, but that ball was also hit very, very hard. But nothing cheap for the Jays today.
Well, Willis has been out there a lot, you might imagine. Nobody warming in the pen. This is Robbie Ross's situation here for a while. He needs to log some innings. This Saturday on Dining Playbook, Jenny and Billy head to Cape Cod to check out the Seacrest Beach Hotel in North Falmouth. Plus, Billy visits a restaurant owned by a retired Bruins enforcer. Bet you all that. All the action at Cape Cod on Dining Playbook Saturday morning at 9. Edwin Encarnacion. Running in on him. 93 miles an hour as he fouls it off. He homered in the first, grounded out a second in the second. His blast, a 3-run job. 17th home run of the year, now 50 runs batted in. And down 0-2.
2 pitches in almost the identical spot, well off the inside part of the plate that Encarnacion has been swinging at. Red Sox into the shift on the left side of the infield.
Strikes him out. Same pitch, up and in, and that's the first strikeout for Ross. 8-0 Toronto through 4 innings. Nothing. Blue Jays have the lead out hitting the Red Sox 9-2 as Napoli stands in to lead it off here in the 5th inning. Napoli, De Aza, and Marrero face Mark Burley working into the 5th. So far only 2 hits. Ortiz with a single. Xander Bogaerts with a double. Elevates and Napoli chases 2-1. Diaz on deck. 5 strikeouts so far today for Burley. No walks. Napoli wraps it foul. Swing and a miss, and Napoli's down on strikes. 6 strikeouts for Burley. Well, for every Red Sox hit in July, EchoStore Technologies will donate $50 to the Massachusetts Down Syndrome Congress. EchoStore is proud to ensure that individuals with Down syndrome feel valued. To learn more, visit echostore.com. EchoStore Technologies, your data center solutions provider.
Well, 6 strikeouts for Burley, the most he's had in a game this season. He's had 5 a number of times, but the first time he's had as high as 6.
Got Diaza to strike out in the second inning, looking. Diaza fouls it off. Red Sox trying to dig their way out of an 8-0 hole right now as they bat in the fifth with one out. As a result of Rick Porcello's start today, went 2 innings, giving up 7 hits, 7 runs, 3 home runs. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 3 through 44 pitches. Driven to right center field for Diaza, and that ball is going to one-hop the wall. Back to get it is Pilar. Diaza thinking 3. Throw goes in that direction, and he will get himself a triple. Doing that a lot lately. That's his 4th now.
A 7-game hitting streak now for Diaza, as he finds that deep gap out there in right center field. And no problem for him getting into third base. Goes into a head-first slide at third, but really didn't have to.
One out. Diaza at third base now. Marrero will take strike 1. Lined out to the center fielder Kevin Pilar in the 3rd inning. Swinging a foul tip, 0-2. 70 pitches for the starter Mark Burley. Fouled off to the right, out of play. Strike 3 call. Frozen is Marrero. 7 strikeouts for Burley. 2 down in the 5th inning.
That Burley going back to the inside corner. I think it was a fastball. It was 85. Take a look at the Amica pit zone, and then the fastball right there does pick up the inside corner. So Marrero 0 for 2 today.
The insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance. 2 outs. Diaza at third. Leon on the ground to first. Smoke will take it himself. And the Red Sox will leave Diaza at third base. We're halfway through with the Blue Jays on top 8-0. Highlight the 1975 Red Sox and honor their 40th anniversary. In their 80th game of the 75 season, the Red Sox lost to the Indians 11-10. Reggie Cleveland took the loss to Cleveland. Bottom of the 5th inning. Happy Canada Day to you as well. 8-0. Blue Jays have the lead on this Canada Day. As Russell Martin up to lead it off here in the bottom of the 5th inning against Robbie Ross Jr., who has been in since the 3rd. He's given up a run of his own, a home run by Justin Smoke. Martin hit by a pitch in the 1st inning, grounded out to shortstop in the 3rd inning. Ball's behind now, 3-0. Justin Smoke waiting on deck. And Kevin Pillar expected here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Jays. Swinging 3-0 and popping it up. Robbie Ross going to give way, and it's going to be dropped. Napoli kicks it into foul ground, and on is Martin. Ross hung in there looking like he was going to make the catch, and then Napoli races in from first and can't make the grab.
Yeah, you know, it's one of my pet peeves. I mean, outfielders, pitchers can make plays. They do it all the time during batting practice in the outfield. But for some odd reason, infielders always call off the pitcher. And that time, Napoli cannot make the play. Leone couldn't make the play because the ball's going away from him back toward the pitcher.
Napoli charged with an error. Now Justin Smoke takes strike 1. 2 home runs today for Smoke. A 2-run shot in the 1st, solo shot in the 3rd. On the ground right side, Marrero flips to second for 1, on to first for 2. Double play.
Of course, Marrero doing most of his work at shortstop in the Red Sox organization, but today's getting a start at second base. In AAA, he did have a little playing time at second base, also at third base. Nice little flip that time to Bogaerts, and on the run, Bogaerts makes the throw to first base to get the deuce.
2 down here in the 5th for Kevin Pillar. A double in the 1st inning, lined out to left in the 3rd. Jonathan Arroyo up in the pen for Boston. In their first strike, and it's 2-1. Late swing and a foul. Get immediate care without leaving the ballpark at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center First Aid Station, located behind Section 12 in the lower concourse. The IDMC is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Pillar. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Ross backs off. Going to come inside. And he cleans it out inside to left field. Pillar with his 2nd hit of the day.
Now, the more I see of Kevin Pillar, the more I like him. I mean, he just does a lot of things well. He can run, tough out at the plate, very good center fielder. Gets an inside fastball right there, right on the inside corner, and you got it exactly right, Don. Cleaned it right out down that left field line.
Strike one to Ezequiel Carrera, who lined out at center in the first, walked in the third. The center fielder Betts into left center, gap out in right center. Ross has now surpassed his season high in pitches thrown, which had been 45. He's back on May 22nd. This is badly there. Fouled off, 2-2. And Goins, number 9 man, waiting on deck for the Blue Jays. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. On the ground up the middle, Bogaerts shifting quickly, and he'll tag the bag. Nice play there by Bogaerts to end the inning. We're through 5 with the Blue Jays on top 8-0. Clark Burley's pitching line is brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. 5 shutout innings, 3 hits, 7 Ks. Pitch 75 is in there for a strike to Mookie Betts, who leads it off here in the 6th inning. That's Bogaerts and Ortiz. 2 quick strikes poured in there by Burley. 7 Ks, no walks for Burley. And Betts gets a piece to stay alive.
2 fastballs up and in, then the changeup down and away, and Mookie Betts does a pretty good job just fouling that pitch off.
Three hits for Boston. Ortiz got a single, Bogaerts a double, Diaz a triple as Betts flies to right. Bautista for the first out of the 6th inning. Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings live right after the game. TC Eck and Steve Lyons will break down the game. And hear from John Farrell. Whatever, whenever, wherever. Who but WB Mason? 1 out for Xander Bogaerts. It is a sellout here today. 45,392. 45,392.
It seems like more than that, doesn't it?
Yep. This is a huge place. Especially the lower bowl. There's an enormous lower bowl here. Middle deck not so much. Top deck's got quite a few seats, but in the box seats here you can go quite a ways back from the playing surface.
Yeah, it's I've been in some of those seats to just check out the field, and it's quite a distance from home plate, that's for sure.
In under that overhang. To second, strange hop, but Goins fields and throws to get Bogaerts 2 down. H.B. Hood salutes the Red Sox Foundation for its commitment to 4,900 accredited charities throughout New England. 2 outs, 4 in a row. Retired by Mark Burley, and here's David Ortiz. Single to center field in the first inning for Big Papi. A strikeout swinging in the 4th inning. Blue Jays shifting with Goins in short right. They bring Jose Reyes to the right side of the infield. Strike 2. Ortiz jumping back out of the way of a fastball in. Full count. Into the shift right side. Smoke's got it. He'll take it to the bag, and that'll end the top of the 6th inning. 5.5 deep. Blue Jays have an 8-0 lead. Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Welcome back to Toronto. 8-0 Blue Jays. Send it down to Garrett Austin.
Thanks, Don. Devin Marrero made his MLB debut in Tampa on Sunday, and he made a fantastic play at second to save a potential run to end the 8th inning. The day was extra special for Marrero, whose family had driven in from Fort Lauderdale and was in the stands to watch him make his debut. Marrero said that it was a great moment for him, but even greater for his mom, sisters, and best friend, who were very proud and excited to see him live his dream. Don Marrero said that after the game, he had way too many text messages, and his phone even died.
Well, he's in his second start here today, and Fortunately, the score not going his way or the Red Sox as they trail in this ball game 8-0. Ryan Goins leading it off here for the Jays with the new Red Sox pitcher. Jonathan Arroyo into the game here, third appearance. Takes over for Robbie Ross. Did a pretty good job. Ross quieting down the Blue Jays offense. Gave up a run in 3 innings. And more importantly, logged some innings for that bullpen.
Yeah, did a good job, Robbie Ross, in this game today. And you wonder with the pitchers the Red Sox are going to have to use in this game whether they'll have to call somebody up for tomorrow just in case. I mean, Ross going a long time, the 3 innings in the game. We'll see how long a row goes.
Strike 3 call, and Goins strikes out. It's time for a game break brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Tom? All right, Tom, thanks very much. Yeah, the Reds have been a disappointment this year. They're 16 games back of the Cardinals in the NL Central. And under 500 right now. One down in the 6th inning. Of course, the All-Star game will be in Cincinnati. As Reyes swings over the top of that and is down 0-2.
You mentioned the Cardinals, 51-25 coming into today's action. 8-game lead over Pittsburgh.
They're incredibly consistent year in, year out. This is to center, and Reyes down 0-2, and it's his 3rd hit of the day.
3 for 4 afternoon for Reyes. Again, putting it on the line. His time into center field. Look at off-speed pitch. Maybe a changeup that time. That was away, and he just kind of hooks it into center field. A lot of times you see that ball go the other way. Not that time. Reyes with the quick wrist takes it up the middle.
1 out, 1 on for Josh Donaldson. His hit was a bunt single back in the 1st inning, a 1-for-3 day today.
And Donaldson had not had a hit against Porcello in his career coming into the game today. Was 0 for 11, so he changed that with a bunt base hit back in the 1st inning.
To right center field on the move is De Aza, and it's over his head. Came sideways instead of back, and it goes to right center field. They'll stop Reyes at 3rd. It's a double for Donaldson, and it's 2nd and 3rd for Toronto with 1 out.
Well, De Aza moving to right field, and he completely misplayed this one. Went straight across, as you mentioned, instead of back. And the ball goes right over his head. There he is cutting across. Then he realizes, no, that's the wrong direction to be going in. This has not been pretty this afternoon for the Red Sox.
Second and 3rd, 1 out for Jose Bautista. Infield in as he takes strike 1. Trying to prevent any more damage. Already down 8 runs. Strike 2. Rowe last pitched on Sunday in Tampa Bay. Fly ball right field, and a chance here for De Aza. Easier try. He'll make the catch. Tagging at 3rd is Reyes. The throw to the plate is going to be late, and the Blue Jays take a 9-0 lead. Donaldson tagged up. He takes 3rd on the play as well.
Now Bautista picks up his 3rd RBI of the afternoon. That gives him 53 total now on the season. As he gets that deep enough, the odds are the right thing. I mean, he's trying to time it and charge at the same time, but Reyes with great speed has no problem scoring. Throw a little bit up the first base line.
Edwin Encarnacion, a 3-run home run that got the scoring started in the first inning. Since then he has grounded out, struck out. Foul tip here, and it's 0-2. Fly ball center field. Betts waiting on it. Puts it away to end the inning. What is Mookie doing?
He doesn't know how many outs there are.
How is this possible twice in a week? Betts throwing homeward after the 3rd out, thinking he had a play at the plate. It's 9-0 Blue Jays. Top of the 7th inning, 9-0 Toronto as Hanley Ramirez takes ball 1. Mark Burley, 92 pitches into his outing. He's retired the last 5 Red Sox in a row. And in the first 6 innings has allowed only 3 Boston hits. Fouled off, 1-1. Stay tuned following WB Mason Extra Innings Live. A Red Sox final presented by Uno's. TC Heck and Steve Lyons will have highlights from around Major League Baseball. There is fooled on the pitch. The Blue Jays getting into the bullpen early last night. Needing Burley to go deep into this game here today, and he has been what the doctor ordered for John Gibbons. It sails high. Sharply hit and into right center field as Hanley Ramirez will head for second base, maybe beyond, as Bautista finally runs it down. Hanley heading for third base. We get there without a problem with a stand-up triple to begin things here in the 7th inning.
A couple of interesting exchanges between Hanley Ramirez and Burley in that at bat. Here's the base hit, triple, I should say, by Hanley Ramirez. He gets it all the way in the gap, gets to third base, and then pats Burley on the backside. Burley just laughs. Earlier in the at bat, Hanley missed a changeup and looked out at Burley and kind of motioned like, I should have hit that one out of the park, and Burley just laughed. It's a laugh fest.
Sandoval grounds one to short. Reyes will go to first, and the Red Sox will get on the board. From third, Hanley Ramirez scores. Sandoval on the ground out to pick up the RBI, and it's now 9-1.
Here's the exchange at third base. Burley saying something to Hanley, and even earlier in that at bat, as I mentioned, it was kind of weird. Hanley saying he should have hit that pitch out of the ballpark is basically what he was saying to Burley, and Burley just laughed.
And Napoli takes the strike over the outside corner, down 0-2. It's 100 pitches even now for Burley. Popped up. Justin Smoke. 2 down in the inning. Tonight at 10 on NESN Sports Today, Adam Pellerin and Sarah Davis will have an exclusive interview with Bruins GM Don Sweeney. That's tonight on NESN Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank. See what know-how can do. 2 outs here in the 7th for Alejandro De Aza. He struck out looking and tripled. 1 for 2 so far today. First action we've seen in the Blue Jays pen. Aaron Loop, a left-hander up. Burley finally giving up a run here in the 7th inning. Now De Aza lifts a fly ball foul down the left field line.
You mentioned that throw on the home plate by Mookie Betts, and it's 2 in this road trip. The one by Jackie Bradley Jr. was at the end of a game where he threw the ball in the home plate, and this time Mookie, with 3 outs innings, decided to throw home. Thought the runner was tagging up.
Right side on the ground, and Goins nicely to his left with a throw that beats De Aza. Red Sox get a run at 7th inning stretch, 9-1 Toronto. Book your low fare now at Southwest.com. Well, today's game summary brought to you by Xfinity. The Blue Jays scored early and often in this one. 5 times in the first on 2 home runs off Rick Porcello. Porcello ends up going 2 innings, 7 hits, 7 runs. Mark Burley has gone the first 7 innings and finally has been charged with his first run. Blue Jays with 4 home runs in this game. 2 by Justin Smoke. Encarnacion and Jose Bautista with the other 2. Jonathan Arroyo back on the mound, and Russell Martin. It's a fly ball to right field. De Aza puts it away for out number 1. 1 down in the 7th for Justin Smoke. Second inning of relief for Arroyo. Mentioned the 2 home runs for Smoke. Home runs 6 and 7 of the year. 2-run shot, solo shot. 1 off Porcello, 1 off Robbie Ross. Oh, 2. Red Sox shifting on the right side. They bring Sandoval, third baseman, to the right side of the infield. Up the middle and into center field. That one quickly by Arroyo, and Smoke has made pretty solid contact today with his 3rd hit.
He sure has. Quite a day. 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, 3 for 4 day. Adds a base hit here in the 7th. Right back up the middle at Arroyo. That ball's away from him too, and he still hooks it. Right off the front of the mound and up the middle.
1 out, 1 on, and Kevin Pillar coming up. 2-hit day today for the Blue Jays center fielders. Doubled and singled. Fouls this one off. Tomorrow at 6, don't miss Red Sox first pitch. Presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. TC Eke and Steve Lyons will look back at a memorable moment between the Sox and Jays from 25 years ago. The finale of this 4-game series tomorrow night. The Red Sox will head home. Nate Miley 7-7 on the mound for the Red Sox against lefty Matt Boyd. This one fouled back and out of play.
Yeah, Red Sox will be home from Friday through to the All-Star break.
Protects the plate, fouls it off to the right again.
You try to elevate on Pillar when they get a couple of strikes on him. He'll chase that high fastball.
Fouls it back again. Bullpen's been a part of this game since the 3rd inning when Ross came in. He went 3. Rowe trying to go 2. Nobody warming behind him. Pillar fouls off another, and he'll see a 7th pitch in this at bat.
You see a number of them right at the top of the strike zone. That one was there too, and still able to foul it back. Climbing the ladder right there, almost up on his tiptoes to make contact on that foul ball. To left, and it'll fall for a hit.
smoked to second on the single by Pilar. His third hit of the day, and a pretty good at bat right there for Pilar.
Yeah, they're trying to run a fastball inside on him, but again he cleans it out. He did that earlier in the ball game. Somehow able to get the hands inside that fastball that's tailing back in on him. Didn't get the sweet spot on it, but got enough of it to put it out in left field for the base hit.
So Pilar with 3 hits, Smoke with 3 hits, and Jose Reyes with 3 hits. The Blue Jays have 14 as a team. Carrera takes strike 1. Lined out to center in the first, walked in the third, grounded into a fielder's choice in the 5th inning. And a liner caught by Napoli. And up into the air to bring that down. It'll turn this into a double play as they double off Smoke at second base and end the inning. Oh, what a play by Napoli at first. 9-1 Blue Jays. Your low fare now at Southwest.com. Your local Subaru dealers. And by Sullivan Tire and Auto Service. Thank you, New England, for 60 great years. 9-1, the Blue Jays on top of the Red Sox. Pitcher in for Toronto after 7 innings from Mark Burley. Aaron looped into the game now. 36th appearance, 2-4 with a 4.97 earned run average. 29 innings, 30 strikeouts, only 4 walks, and opponents hitting at .242 against the loop. Mark Burley goes 7, 4 hits, 1 run, didn't walk anybody, struck out 7. Devin Marrero 0 for 2 today, 0 for 5 in his major league career. Strike 1.
Little difference in velocity here with a loop in the game. 93 on his fastball compared to 85, 86 for Burley. Changeup 82 down and away.
Burley ended up throwing 106 pitches in his 7-inning effort. Looking for his 9th win of the year, coming in at 8-4 into today's outing.
He had a walk in the park today, didn't he? I mean, they get him a bunch of runs, and he just made it look easy after that. Not a taxing outing at all.
Down the line at first and foul. For every home run the Red Sox hit the rest of the season, Alltown will donate $500 to the Cystic Fibrosis Multiple Sclerosis Fund. Alltown is New England's premier healthier convenience retailer. He faced only 4 batters beyond the minimum. through 7 innings. They only gave up the 1 run. Fly ball down the left field line. Donaldson has got to play, and the third baseman makes it. Guerrero fouling out for the first out of the 8th. Today's poll question presented by Scion TC. Well, how are you planning to celebrate the 4th of July? As we celebrate Canada Day here, 4th of July right around the corner. Sox 1 barbecue, Sox 2 beach, Sox 3 fireworks, Sox 4 parade.
I'm going for Sox 5.
Red Sox game?
Red Sox game. We're going to be working that day, watching a baseball game.
Sandy Leon with a swing. He is 0 for 2, struck out looking in the 3rd, grounded out to first in the 5th. Pretty frustrating today. You gain all this momentum. You're able to win 4 out of 5 to begin the trip.
Yeah.
Well, the rest of the East is losing. You get within 6 games, and you're on the doorstep, making some noise, and then this.
And then you're out of it like in the first couple of innings.
Yeah.
Now the Red Sox have an opportunity, one more game in this series to win the series. If they can beat the Blue Jays tomorrow night.
Leon now with Mookie Betts waiting on deck. Swing and a miss, and Leon strikes out. 2 down here in the 8th inning. Well, the Red Sox winning here last night. The rest of the division losing again. 36-43, 6 games back of the Rays and O's. Yankees losing back-to-back games to the Angels on the West Coast. Houston Street with back-to-back saves there for the Angels. And today the Red Sox were vying for their first 4-game winning streak of the year.
It's hard to believe the Red Sox have not won 4 games in a row this season.
Not a chance. Off the end of the bat will spin its way foul. In the air to deep left field. Carrera turns and watches this one go. Home run for Mookie Betts, his 9th of the year, and it's now 9-2 Toronto.
I'll tell you, that's one spot you can't beat Mookie Betts at, and that's that ball down and in. He loves it inside part of the plate. And he golfs this one out of the ballpark. It looks to be a slider to me. Yep, a slider and right down about knee high. And Betts takes it out of here for the home run.
Now Xander Bogaerts 1 for 3, a double in the 4th inning. Liner foul. First home run for Mookie since the 21st of June at Kansas City. 38 at bats in between home runs for Mookie. So he gets his 9th of the year. Now Bogaerts down 1-2. Tomorrow at 6:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. TC Eck and Steve Lyons will preview Wade Miley's start against the Blue Jays. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? Swing and a miss. Bogart strikes out. Home run for Betts, but it's 9-2 Toronto. Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. 9-2. Blue Jays have the lead as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Jackie Bradley Jr. has taken over in center field for the Red Sox. So that's the day for Mookie Betts after his home run. Jonathan Arroyo back on the mound here for the Red Sox for the 8th. And a ground ball to shortstop. Bogarts with a throw that's going to get there in time to get going. Pitch one out here in the bottom of the 8th.
You know, we don't see every game in the American League, obviously, every day. But the fact is, it can't be a shortstop playing better defense than Xander Bogaerts is playing right now. He is playing outstanding defense for the Red Sox at shortstop.
We saw Matt Barnes warming in the Red Sox pen. Reyes with a pop-up foul, backing out of play. Have a son or daughter who wants to learn more about baseball, the Red Sox? Visit NessonClubhouse.com. It has videos, games, and a whole lot more. It's fun, free, and easy to use. Visit NessonClubhouse.com today. To left center, and Bradley just into the game, and he's not going to get that. Plays it on a hop, and Jose Reyes has his 4th hit of the day.
And talk about setting the table. 4 singles. 4 for 5 for Reyes on the afternoon. So he started this game at 267, and that average is going to jump quite a bit with a 4 for 5 day.
One out, one on. Josh Donaldson. 2-hit day today, a bunt single and a double to right. Brett Cecil up for the Jays. Napoli had been holding on Reyes, not going to now as he steps in behind him. Let the pitcher know, Rowe, that he was not going to hold him on. Jammed and a foul. That was in on the thumbs of Donaldson.
That's kind of that 7-run rule late in the game, you know, where you better not run. And I don't think we'll see Reyes run. Up by 7 in the 8th inning.
Fly ball center field, sending Bradley Jr. back. He'll be a spectator as that one is out of here. 2-run home run for Josh Donaldson. Home run number 5 of the day for the Jays. And they lead it 11-2 now.
been home run derby for the Jays here this afternoon against the Red Sox. Donaldson picks up his 19th home run of the season.
Now Danny Valencia pinch hits for Jose Bautista. And Valencia takes strike one. The start in last night's game, comes off the bench here in the 8th. The spot he's in is Bautista's, and Bautista was had a home run back in the 2nd inning. One of the 5 here today by the Jays. .317, 4 homers, 21 runs driven in by Valencia. Second time the Blue Jays have hit 5 home runs in a game this year. Did it April 17th against the Atlanta Braves. Up high, and a full count out of Valencia, the pinch hitter, with 1 out here in the 8th. Fly ball right field. Back goes Diaz. He'll have room as he makes the catch on the edge of the track for his 2nd out here of the 8th. That one staying in the yard, 2 down.
Now on this Canada Day, the Blue Jays have certainly put on a show for this full house here at Rogers Center.
Edwin Encarnacion, part of that show. He got started really with a 3-run home run in the 1st inning to put the Jays on top 3-0. They would score 5 times in the 1st. Left side, Bogarts. He'll plant, long throw, and he'll get it there. Nice play by Napoli on a hop to retire Encarnacion. 2-run home run for Josh Donaldson. It is 11-2 Toronto. Carrera moves from left to right. Valencia pinch hit. Well, Bautista takes over in left. And the Jays use their third pitcher of the day, Brett Cecil, into the game. 29th appearance. 2-4 with a 5.40 ERA. 30 strikeouts, 11 walks. And opponents hitting at .250 against Cecil. David Ortiz, the first batter that he will face. And a grounder to first as Smoke will take it himself. David barely out of the box. One down here in the ninth. It's time now for today's T-Mobile game changer performance. And today, Mark Burley really shutting down the Red Sox.
Yeah, he's throwing everything, you know, change-ups, fastballs at about 86, a few curveballs. And it just made it look so easy against the Red Sox here this afternoon when he had a big lead.
One out in the ninth inning, and Hanley Ramirez 1-for-3 in the game. Tripled his last time up. .16 hits in this game for the Blue Jays, 5 for the Red Sox. Liner towards left center, Pilar on the move, and again he'll get there. Playing an outstanding center field for the Blue Jays. Handles the second out. Ramirez thought he had at very least a base hit. He's getting nothing instead.
Yeah, it looked like a base hit when it left the bat. Then you look up and Pilar always seems to have a great jump and great closing speed. Here's the jump he gets, and here's the speed he has.
Pablo Sandoval with 2 outs in the inning looks at strike one. Struck out, grounded out twice to the second baseman. Burley went 7 today, giving up a run. The walk, 7 Ks. Aaron Luke went an inning, giving up a run, give up a home run, solo shot to Mookie Betts. Brett Cecil trying to finish it off. 1-2. This big crowd of 45,392 standing in Toronto. On the ground up the middle, and diving is Goins, but it's into center, and Sandoval aboard with 2 outs here in the ninth. His first hit of the day.
Now Sandoval ignoring the noise here at Rogers Center, and picks up that ground ball base hit. Picked up an RBI and a ground ball out back in the 7th inning, and now the base hit in the 9th.
Like Napoli 0 for 3 today. Ball 1. He's grounded out to second, struck out swinging, and popped out to the first baseman. Two 2-0. A frustrating year for Cecil. Lost his job as the closer of this Blue Jays team. Falls behind here 3-0. Roberto Osuna now closing for the Jays. There's a strike, 3-1. Napoli was headed to first base.
He should be on his way to first base. Ball outside, but called a strike by Cuzzy.
Now pop up Foul ground, and that'll find its way into the seats. Now full count for Napoli. Brett Cecil battling back. Fans back up on their feet again. Swing and a miss. Napoli strikes out. The ball game is over. Blue Jays hold on.